Hey guys, Brett Mounsell here at the American Adventure Lab. We are outside 2023 SEMA show in the Overland Experience. We have spent the last 3 weeks cramming on these vehicles, getting everything ready to go. We have a ton of new products to show off and can't wait to show you some more. Okay, one of the products that first put us on the map was our Highline kit for the JL and JT. We've been selling those for about 4 years now. This is the version 2.0 that we've been waiting for a long time. Still made in the USA. This time it features a fully sealed enclosure, a really cool setup for the LED lights that actually shine down into reflectors and come out. So it's all DOT approved for turn and DRLs, and those will be available mid-November. So getting really close to those hitting the market. We still have our inner fenders under here that have always been great. So those are the only quick release inner fenders on the market. We make them in the shop, St. George, Utah, so still American made. Those come out with 6 Zeus buttons. So in about 20-30 seconds, you can pull the entire shell out in one piece. All right, stepping inside the vehicle, we have a few cool things to show off as well. We have our MOLLE door pockets here. These are actually MOLLE door panels. We have pockets on the other one, which will show you those in a minute. These have been great for mounting accessories for bags and radio holders and that type of thing. Going up above, we have our overhead MOLLE shelf. This spans from side to side and gives you a centerpiece in the middle. It's a no drill install, been really popular for mounting radios and other types of comm equipment, sunglass holders, that type of thing. So coming around to the back, you can see our rear seat MOLLE panels as well as our door panels on the side. So these are actually what we call anodized red. So it's 3 coats of powder to get that nice red that matches the dash on the Rubicons. All right, one of the biggest projects we've had at the shop in a really long time is what you're seeing here. So there's a lot of components that have been developed in preparation for this, but it's finally ready. We've had so much time in it. What we're calling this is a load-bearing enclosure. So the difference between this and what's on the market is we still raise your interior height up high enough to get refrigerator slides and large drawer stacks and things like that, but we don't go all the way to the cab. So we don't prevent you from getting in your garage and getting under low-hanging trees with your rooftop tent. So this is sort of the best of both worlds. You get all the structure that you need to support a rooftop tent, but you still maintain that low profile that improves your fuel economy driving down the road and lets you get into your garage and that type of thing. So again, this is called a load-bearing enclosure. Not available yet, but probably will be by the end of the year. And we're excited for that to get out on the market. Coming around to the back, you can see some things that we've been selling for a couple of months. So our up top is our fridge slide for the Gladiator. We also have down below it 2 6-inch drawers. So those have been available. What hasn't been available is the slide that you see on the driver's side. So traditionally, we build our drawer systems into 2 equal columns so that you can move from side to side. This is the first time we've developed a product that's meant to be a little bit wider than that center line. So what we found out is that some of the larger refrigerators, like the M.A.S.S 75, was literally like 1/4 inch too wide to fit in our 2 columns that was provided, just by the Gladiator footprint. So what we've done here is we've made this slider slightly wider. So again, playing on another product that we have, a slightly wider slider. This one's for the Gladiator. So this gives you the width that you need to get that larger M.A.S 75 fridge in there. And we're excited to get that out and let you guys play with that as well. So some other things that you can notice about the enclosure while we're back here is we have supports on the inside. So depending on what weight you need to carry on the top, you might want to add the roof rack on the outside or you might not. So this is why I call it a load-bearing enclosure. So even without the roof rack on the outside, it'll still support weight on the top. And we'll get very specific with that at release. But for now, know that it's meant to carry, several ground tents, like gazelles and shift pods and things like that on the top, but not quite a rooftop tent without your exterior supports. You'll also notice the ceiling that's around it. So all of the seams that you see on the top and the sides all have the foam tape seal in it. So that works really well to keep the water out, keep the dust out and that type of thing. So it closes and latches with normal keyed cam locks. So pretty secure there as well. Again, it's all aluminum except for 4 vertical supports on the inside. So we keep the weight down as low as possible. This is one of those projects for us that went from an idea to take a display into the shows so that we could basically pull a Wrangler and show off Gladiator components at the same time. And we built the first one and realized, oh man, this is pretty close to a trailer. So then we started building it out into a trailer and everybody went nuts for it. So it's been sort of a pet project for us and it's been a whole lot of fun to develop. But the idea behind it is the actual product that's going to be made is a chassis kit. So the idea there is that we would ship this to you in a box over UPS and get it to your garage, and you would bolt it together. So no welding required and that type of thing. But what it gets you is an adjustable axle position. So if you want to put a Gladiator bed on it, you'll have a certain axle position. If you decide you want a Tacoma bed, you can change that axle position. So all the brackets that hold your bed on are completely bolt-on. So there's no drilling, no welding required for those. So based on what bed you want, you would buy the bracket kit for that bed. We use Timbren's axle-less suspension, rated at 3,500 pounds, really great setup. Happy with the ground clearance and the weight and everything else, so we're gonna stick with that. It works really well. Just in front of the bed, between the bed where you see these 4 bolts here, and then the next 4 bolts, that's what we're calling flex space. So that's really where you get to kind of decide what you want for accessories on the trailer. So this is our 2-bike setup. So we have enough distance to mount 2 dirt bikes up there. It would also hold up to 4 mountain bikes, depending on what you had for a bike rack. We also have a single bike version that's a little smaller, so that saves you some weight, saves you some length in the trailer, and gives you that variability there. We also have a really nice kitchen that's in a big box that slides out. So basically fully enclosed kitchen with a shelf on top. So we'll have a lot of options for this flex space area, and that way you can really pick what you need to make it yours. Everything forward of the flex space area is a standard. So that's where we hold our hitch. The coupler for the sliding part of the lock and roll hitch is in there as well. Tongue box will be an option, but fairly standard. I think most people will want that. The tire carrier is completely bolt on. It can be adjusted for different size tires. It straps on great. We've been real happy with that as well. So moving along to sort of the next thing that's in the edge of the camera, this is a project we've been working on for probably 3 or 4 months. And it's not so much what you see we've been working on, but the partnership that we've created with the Jeep dealer that supplied this vehicle. So the concept here is you would buy a new vehicle from your Jeep dealer, and we use LaPorte Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in LaPorte, Indiana. So that's going to be our preferred dealer. All of your modifications will be spec'd into your purchase price. So when you finance the vehicle, it's going to have all the pieces in there as well. So once that's all spec'd out, it comes to us, we build it, we install all the parts, get everything configured to your specs. We can even do destination delivery. So if you guys want to meet us in Moab or somewhere like Colorado and go through the vehicle, spend a couple of days camping out of it, we can make that happen for you. So you can think about this as a really quick way to purchase a vehicle that's a well-refined system. So all the pieces in it, basically everything above the body, we build those, we maintain all the interfaces between everything as far as your auxiliary power, your onboard air, your fridge, all of your storage in the back, all of your accessory mounting inside, overhead MOLLE, that type of stuff. We can sell you a refined package that works really well together. So we're excited to get this out of the market. This one we're calling the White Rim Edition, and we'll have some more details available soon. All right, there are a few more new products we wanted to show off on our White Rim Edition Wrangler. This is a bracket that we made specifically for the OEM steel bumpers to bolt on like an 18-inch long LED light bar. The thing weighs like 0.93 pounds or something crazy. All aluminum, nothing to rust, super stout. You're not gonna have any issues with the light bar staying on and staying straight. So excited about that one. Next up are our A-pillar brackets for the 392. So due to the way the hood is shaped on the 392, there's a little more height right here than with the normal Wranglers. So we had to come up with a different A-pillar bracket for that. So the concept here is extremely lightweight. This is 2.2 millimeter aluminum. This is an 1/8 inch piece, but together the thing weighs like right under a pound per side. Super stout, nothing to corrode. Lots of flexibility as far as mounting radio antennas here, pod lights here, heavier pod lights up top. And these are available now on the website. All right, I know we mentioned it earlier at the Gladiator. We've been asked for a long time to build deeper pockets for the doors, and we really couldn't figure out a good use for it until we started looking at the back seat and how we could really get some depth out of the back seat pockets. So if you notice here, when I shut the door, you still have plenty of room to store things like water bottles and that type of thing in these pockets. So super excited about this, and we did the same thing for the fronts as well. So because of where the seats are and the adjusters on the seat, we can't do a deep pocket like this, but we get all the depth that we can out of that front pocket. So these are MOLLE door pockets, another view of our back seat MOLLE panels as well. All right, another product I've been wanting to show off for a while is what you see here. So we have sold a product we call Flip and Slide for a couple of years now. Works very similar to this, but it has a support leg under the bottom but no storage inside. So we've heard the feedback where some of you guys want to store items in this drawer here, like a thin stove, like we do the GSI Pinnacle fits in there really nice. There's some other stoves that fit in there well. And this one is a drawer version of our flip and slide. So it works the same as far as unfolding, and bamboo for your prep surface, metal for your cook surface. That's all been great. This one just adds that extra bit of storage underneath your prep surface. Over here on the right hand side are some of the products that we've traditionally sold. We have them in the matching blue color as well. We have a cool new paper towel holder that's been fun. Simple products like that have been great. Spare tire platform up top, 4-inch drawer, 6-inch drawer, ultralight flat slide. I think that thing weighs 13 pounds. So those have been really popular as well. We've got our bracket here for the Dometic Go faucet. Those have been a great seller. Everybody likes being able to get that faucet out and still connect it up to your Dometic Go water jug up there at the top. So we sell mounts for those jugs as well. Those have been great. You can see the Milwaukee Packout products mounted up there. Those are on an adapter plate that we sell that bolts to the top of that shelf. So that's been good. We've got a mount for their new 12-bolt inflator as well. So that's really good for airing up things like air mattresses and that type of stuff. One of the biggest products that we have released in the last, I don't know, probably a couple of months that's gotten the most impact is what we're calling our spare tire compressor mount. So the new 392 threw some challenges at us. We really couldn't figure out a place to mount the compressor. It won't fit in the engine bay. You can't put it in the cargo area because of the different exhaust cutouts. We can't fit under the seat because of the power seat controls that are down below that. So that didn't really leave us many options. So I've been wanting to, for a while, put one of these compressors inside of a spare tire, and this was just the excuse that we needed. So this is our spare tire compressor mount. It'll work on any JL. It's adjustable up and down to fit larger tire diameters, and inside and out to handle your offset wheels and wider tires. So these will be available before the end of the year. We do have a product page on the site now that explains some more details. Yeah, another one of those that we're looking forward to get out into the market, and you guys get the scoop on it here. So I know we're known for making products for Jeeps, but we've also done a lot of work for Toyota stuff as well. We've got 4Runner drawers, several years of the Land Cruiser drawers. And what you're seeing here is our wider system built for the Land Cruiser. Obviously you see a super deep drawer up here, so if you've got big things you want to store, this is a great spot for it. 4-inch drawer here, 6-inch drawer on the bottom. This is a wider version of our flip and slide, specifically built for this platform. And then you see our M.A.S.S platform down below. So similar concept to the Wrangler, just everything's a little bit bigger for these vehicles and fits really well. Same aluminum construction, and we keep it as light as possible. So more on this coming soon, as with most things, but we're looking forward to these get out in the market as well. All right, that's a quick recap of some of the new things we have here at the SEMA show. If you guys are interested or want to learn more, follow us on Instagram at American Adventure Lab, YouTube at American Adventure Lab, and our website, AmericanAdventureLab.com.